Hey, David, how do you feel about video games?
I love them.
Really? Well, how do you feel about charity? Well, you only need to like one of those things to appreciate our sponsor for this week, Humble Bundle.
Wow, what's Humble Bundle?
Oh god, Humble Bundle is a charity nonprofit website where you can buy bundles of video games and also get a subscription for video games.
Wow, how does that work?
Let's be honest, anyone listening to this podcast knows what Humble Bundle is.
But what if they don't?
They can click on the links in the description and find out. Or go to humblebundle.com/partner equals PST podcast. Or if they're more interested in the subscription service version of Humble Bundle, they can go to humblebundle.com/monthly?partner equals PST podcast. When you purchase bundles through our affiliate link, you can actually choose how much of the money goes to us. So,
wow, that's neat. Fuck. Dude, it's so hard to play the harmonica. What the
just play the third note.
But it... Fuck to the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Please Stop Talking. I am your host, Avery, but you might know me better as Shammy. I'm joined today,
it took a fucking pause to think about it.
My lovely friend, David.
Hey.
My marginally less lovely friend, Kyle.
Hi.
And my once again lovely friend, Cameron.
Hello, I am Cameron.
Today's episode of the podcast is going to be travel stories again. I forgot how we do this. It's been a while.
No, well...
It's been a really long time for me.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. Guide me through it, David.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about... Because me and Avery and a bunch of good old friends, Charlie from last episode, we all went and met up in beautiful...
Charlie was not there.
Charlie
was not there.
Oh, fuck, he wasn't! What? Oh, shit!
I was like,
I'm
what?
so wrong! I'm so wrong! I don't know we met up.
You don't know how podcasts work?
I don't know how
Is that what you
anything
took away
works
from
right
you
now.
thinking Charlie went?
Everyone's gonna know our story.
Why is that your takeaway from that?
God.
Okay.
Just
Well,
go on.
basically, things happened. We traveled. David and I felt like we had stories. There's travel stories. Jake, I just realized we didn't tell you what the topic for this week was before inviting you on.
You did.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
did? Oh, I'm the fucking best. I am a great podcast host.
But first...
Okay, first...
But hold on.
Avery.
Oh, I already called him Jake. I'm really
As your
tired.
good friend Cameron, Avery,
Yes.
you might have to remind me how this podcast plays out, because I have only been on it approximately a dozen times, but may not be fully aware of the format.
The format, essentially, my best friend Cameron, who apparently doesn't listen to my podcast. The format is a pretty much one person, everyone takes turns all at the same time telling stories.
Oh, shit. That's such an accurate description, damn.
Basically, we have a topic every week, 2 weeks. How the fuck often do we do this? Basically, you have a subject, and we just sort of, everyone shares stories and or anything remotely related to it, and everyone cuts everyone off.
Yeah.
And it's a really good time. It's
and if
mostly
you
me
think
and
someone
David
has something
talking.
interesting to say, make sure you cut them off with a funny joke.
Oh, absolutely.
Well-
If you really want to, ever since the injury, since you seem to have forgotten what you contribute to this podcast,
Yes.
if you would like to emulate podcasts of old,
Fucking meta. This is so fucking meta. What the fuck?
if you would like to emulate podcasts of the past, make sure you just grunt and chuckle every once in a while.
Yes. And go, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's fucking spot on. Did the injury
shit,
even
that
happen? My best friend Cameron does listen to the podcast.
And so, just to clarify,
Avery, you wanted to start with something.
Okay, well then this charade can't go on.
no,
We have to break the charade right now.
I just want to clarify though that it's not that I don't know what's going on. It's that my whatever I study at university lecturer told me to start speaking with my diaphragm. So I'm trying a few different things with my voice today.
What? You're whatever you study at university teacher.
What? What the fuck is happening? I don't understand anything you just said. And on I get it. No, hang on a second, Kyle. On the subject of not understanding anything you said, Jake.
Oh shit.
I wanted to ambush you with something on this podcast. Best friend Cameron, who is actually Jake Novacanoo from YouTube, fucking got all of you. So
not him. No, I'm not. But go subscribe to him.
I need to explain. What are you doing here?
I just unsubscribed from him.
Everyone shut the fuck up. I'm trying to talk. Please stop talking.
Don't let him.
All right, there it is.
Don't let him ambush me.
Okay. So, Jake, you have a private server called Don't Shrink from the Stream, in which you have invited.
Don't shrink from the stream.
Don't shrink from the stream.
Don't shrink.
Don't.
Yes.
Let me fucking talk. Oh my god, I forgot how much I hate this. No, fucking. Basically, you invited all of your YouTube friends, and for some reason also Cameron and David, into this server. And a few nights ago, last night, 2 nights ago, I forget how time works, at 4:08 a.m. for me. So let's do, hang on, what time is that for you?
Oh, it's like midday. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, got it. So about midday for you. So you definitely weren't drunk when this happened.
Probably not.
Okay. So, out of nowhere, he just does an at everyone ping.
Yes.
So, we're going to be doing a dramatic reading of this conversation.
We're going to read this out, are we?
We're going to read this out. You can play yourself.
Who do I get to play?
You are going. I want to hear you do a British accent, so you're going to be John. You're going to be Turbo.
Can I be anyone but the British accent?
David, do you want to do the British accent?
I want to be Mandy.
Mandy?
Yeah.
Mandy always has like one thing. We don't have enough people for everyone to play one character.
Oh, Kyle, let's do Mandy. Both. Let's both do Mandy.
That's
at the same time
in this conversation.
David, that doesn't solve the problem. We don't have enough people.
Mandy's not in this conversation, is he?
Consolidating 2 people into one role. Does Mandy say anything?
Yeah.
No.
No, he doesn't.
Wait, where did this conversation happen?
In Don't Drink from the Stream, in general, on January 25th, 2018.
Last Thursday.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, last Thursday.
This is the least successful ambush of all time.
Okay, wait, Avery, who are you going to play?
Because I didn't read. What the fuck?
I'll play... I'm playing King K, because I don't want to embarrass myself by pretending to do an accent.
Okay.
Wait, who do I play?
You're John. You're Turbo Button.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, John.
Kyle is Kyle, you get to do a Kiwi accent because you're Cameron.
Okay.
You're Cameron, and you're also. Does Mitch say anything here?
He sends a heart.
Mitch sends a heart at the end.
Okay, so, I can heart.
Oh fuck, we spoiled.
Fuck, goddamn.
Fuck.
Okay, let's go.
All right, fuck it. This is Memento now. Let's tell the story in reverse.
Okay.
Dramatic reading of Don't Drink from the Stream, Act 1.
At everyone. I'm doing that.
You fucking sketamin.
Goddamn Strongo.
Maybe an odd place to say it, but I'm lying in bed thinking, serious Jake here. There's enough of us now in our little circles and networks to literally fucking revolutionize games critique. Like, for real.
What the fuck are you on about?
IDK.
National Anthem of the USSR. I'm gonna make it play in the background.
Please do.
Viva la revolution!
Alright, the USSR was a fucking shithole. Ah! That was so bad. Why am I...
Go on.
So bad at accents. Fuck.
No, that wasn't. You're nailing it. You're nailing it. Absolutely.
You're lying.
It.
Go on.
You're lying, but goddamn, you're nice. But at least then national.
You need to speak clearly. This is an audio media.
But at least the national anthem banged.
It's getting worse with every line.
I can't do it. Wait. I'm
You're nearly there,
You're so
David.
close.
I'm feeling up for a revolution if we got recent theme, Jake. Got a recent. Oh my god.
Close enough.
I'm really glad everyone's gonna be able to understand this.
We would need money.
No,
we
no,
would need money
no,
for a
no,
startup,
no,
but John's a
just
millionaire,
let,
so
just
it's
let
fine.
David redo that entire
I'm just gonna
thing.
redo that entirely because that was terrible.
That was awful.
Alright, the USSR was a fucking shithole, but at least their national anthem banged. What accent is
God
this?
damn it.
I don't know, but I love it.
No, but I feel like I've been pulled into an alleyway and I'm about to be shanked.
But at least their national anthem banged.
I'm feeling up for a revolution if we got the recent theme, Jake.
Is he a pirate now?
Yes.
We would need money for a startup, but John's a millionaire, so it's fine.
Sick. John, pay me for my rent and food? It's for the revolution.
For real though, we'd get hella. I didn't realize that was there twice.
Go on.
Continue the reading, Jake. This is your moment.
For real though, we'd get hella traffic / dollars. No, wait, start again. For real though, we'd get hella traffic / dollars if we banded together for something. Not written review because lol words, and not video review because none of you fuckers already making a living off this need to prop any else up.
That was good.
It's a revolution, bruv. We can't be living it up. I think I have a guillotine in the shed.
Guillotine. You're French. How do you not know how to pronounce that word?
Do I look like I give a fuck?
You... whatever.
But something eight's going to come of this, my dudes, I feel it.
But like what though?
I don't know, we need to jump on the Daily Motion
Wait,
team.
so not written, not video. What are you planning to do?
I don't know, I'm the morale guy, not the ideas guy.
What? It was your idea. Clearly the ideas guy.
I can't believe I put off sleeping for this. Fuck you.
I was being serious, crying face emoji, heart emoji.
You legit had nothing to say though.
Heart you guys.
We should all do something here. No clue what though.
You're all great. Embarrassed face
That's
emoji.
actually relaxed emoji, idiot.
Relaxed face emoji.
Thank you. LMAO. Jakey boy, get some rest.
Why are you all so stone cold though, for real?
Because we have no idea what you're talking about. Whoa. Ah. Because we
Try
have-
again.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, bitch. Shut up. Because we have no idea what you're talking about.
Mitch is the only one who sends hearts back when I send hearts. Disappointed emoji
You're
face.
standing outside Hyde Park on a soapbox talking about changing the world.
Mitch
Heart
says
emoji. So, Jake. What?
I'm done talking to you.
Podcast is over, guys. Sorry.
Bye.
Oh, hey, Cameron. Welcome back. Sorry, Jake was in here for
Oh,
a bit.
Cameron, hey, we're going to talk about travel stories in
Yeah,
a
we're going
bit.
to talk
You
about
wanna
travel
stay?
stories. How you doing?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so there's this local taxi thing where they
It's pretty much just a local
Yeah.
taxi service
Yeah,
for the
and-
place
and
where
they-
you're staying.
they just bring you to the gondolas. And we had some fucking wacky characters
Yeah,
that,
we
that drove us there.
we experienced a few interesting personality types, I guess I
Yeah.
would say.
One in
our
particular,
rides.
though.
One in particular really stands out.
Hey,
Well,
his
I
name?
mean, 1.5, I would say, because there's a follow-up to
that's
this
right.
story.
That's oh shit. That's
I-
right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
forgot
yeah,
about
so-
that until just now.
That's right. So we're coming back from town, and we call them up. The guy comes get us. We're like 5 this time. And we just get in. The guy's like, "Hey, how you guys doing? You guys had a good night?" "Yeah, we had a good night." And he just starts driving. I don't know how. Oh yeah, and
He did. He brought it up.
yeah, he brought it up. He was just like, so you guys here for the with UT? Because the university. Sorry.
The what? Well, okay. I don't. What are you saying sorry about?
Because I thought you said something.
No, I was
Sorry.
just gonna.
Okay.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
And he says, "Are you guys with UT, the University of Texas?" And we're like, "Oh no, why do you say that?"
Why do
And
you
he's-
say that? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh well, there's just a lot of UT chicks, a lot of UT chicks."
Whole lot of there's a lot of UT chicks here. I think it might be a sorority thing. And then instantly 4 heads whip around and they're looking at me because that's where I went to fucking school.
Yeah, and the guy keeps talking about the UT chicks, and he says chicks, like
We should clarify this man's age.
Oh
at
yeah,
some
oh
point.
yeah. He's like, okay,
This man is at
Can we give
least.
him? Can we give him a fake name?
Can we
call
give
him
him a
Cameron?
fake name? Can we? Okay, so
Cameron.
Cameron.
Cameron is 50.
Cameron is at least 50. At the very least, 50
At
years
the
old.
very
Someone
least.
skips to that part of the video.
He got Benjamin buttoned. It's a long story.
Yeah, and he just starts being really fucking creepy about these UT
we should just
chicks.
say he starts talking about like it's just like usual like playful teasing like you guys are here for the UT chicks like I know how it is, you know, like some of these girls, you got to find the ones, some of these
The
girls
ones
got
that
a
are
daddy
vulnerable.
complex. The ones that are
the ones that are
vulnerable.
vulnerable.
The ones
What
that
the
a lot
fuck?
because it's 2018 now, man. All these girls, they got daddy complexes, and it's just every single person. It's
The moment, dude,
doesn't
the
go
moment,
silent.
the moment he says they all have daddy complexes. In fact, I'm old enough to be some of these chicks' dad, and like the moment he says that, Ahmad just grabs my
Ahmad
thigh. He just fucking grabs. He just. And he just like starts fucking laughing.
like he starts laughing at a pitch only fucking bats can
Yeah,
hear,
and
and some
just
small
starts
species
squeezing.
of dog.
He just starts squeezing and slowly like, and like, and like I'm looking at him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And I'm sitting behind David at this point, and I just lean forward and I say, "Travel stories too."
And the guy just kept on going and being creepy, like
He wouldn't. So
he wouldn't stop.
we were really trying to change the subject. Is I think the really important point that we need to get across.
Yeah.
Except Greg, because Greg is too damn nice. So I was like, "Nah, I hear you, man. Like, yeah, do what your dad's got to do."
Yeah, daddy
2018,
complexes.
yeah.
I know.
2018, man. You know how it goes.
and he just kept being creepy, and then at the end he was like, "All right, well, I hope you guys catch some tail." And then he just closes the door and leaves. And Greg just turns around and he's like, "Man, that guy was weird."
But did you?
Did we catch tail?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
No tail was
No.
caught. Sorry.
that's disappointing.
Extremely, because I went to school with those girls. Side note, I went to that school. UT girls, don't fucking trust them. They're insane.
Shout out to UT girls. Hope
Shout
you're
out
listening.
to UT girls. Any UT girls listening, sorry, stop.
UT girls hit me up.
But yeah. Second story.
Yeah, hit the fucking Kiwi up.
We were supposed to go to this really fancy buffet.
Are we
because-
switching to this story? Okay.
Well,
So-
it's the end of the.
Yeah, well, no, it's not, because
Oh shit! The next
there was
day.
a different... the next day, we call up the taxi service again, and we're like, fuck, man, I really hope... I don't
really
want
hope
that.
it's not
I
the
hope
same
it's
guy.
not that guy
Yeah.
again, because that was just too fucking much. And I don't want to
Yeah.
hear any more about the UT girls who wear incredibly short skirts. I don't want to hear about it. Oh, they're not dressed
And-
properly for the fucking weather. But so we get a new guy.
Yeah.
This is a new man, and he looks like 27, 28.
30s, I say.
30s, like
I'd
late
say,
20s,
yeah.
early to mid 30s, I'd say.
Yeah,
like
sure,
decent,
sure.
like whatever. It's an age.
Decent whatever age. What the fuck does that mean?
You know what it means.
It's decent. It's whatever.
20, it's like late 20s, early 30s. That's
Yeah.
Not quite. No, it's like they got a daddy complex, and that's the sound they make. They go
And we get in. The guy's like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Same thing. Like,
It's
we're
like
coming
so.
back from
Generally, they're
town.
very conversational in these rides.
oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
So-
'Cause they want a tip.
So pretty
basically.
much. So we're in the car, and he asks us how our trip's going so far. And because Ahmad is Ahmad, he goes, we got the weirdest fucking driver last time, man. Last night we were coming back in, he was like talking about these UT girls,
like
and he's
daddy
like,
complexes.
you know,
like,
I
man,
could-
that was weird.
yeah, and then the guy is like nodding, and he's like he seems to get it. He seems like a well-adjusted man. And then then he suddenly
even
says
he even says like, man, yeah, that is really weird, man.
but
Was not well adjusted apparently.
he I got a bad read on this guy
Yeah,
because at this point
I think everybody
At
did.
this point, I think everyone's going, oh, thank God. A
Yeah.
human. Because then he goes, well, yeah, I mean, it is 2018.
What the fuck, dude?
And if you're going to be talking... And if you're gonna be talking about this stuff, you probably shouldn't be talking about it to a bunch of fucking 20-year-olds.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Separate business and pleasure, my dude.
yeah, separate.
Fucking rock
Oh.
on. That's pretty much the end of that. We didn't get any of those drivers again, but we were heading
Yeah.
into town that day because
Yeah.
we wanted.
We were good. Yeah,
I
we
came
were
up with a
gonna-
really dumb idea because
yeah, okay. Basically, the day before, I went into a thrift shop to buy vinyls, and the vinyls were right next to Suits, and I think you and
it was me.
Ahmad were fucking around with Suits.
Yeah, we were just looking at the fucking suits that were in the thrift shop, and we were trying them on, and I found one that fit me pretty all right.
Mine is fine too, actually.
Yeah,
but,
everyone's. So the initial joke. So I came up with the idea of, hey, we're supposed to go to that buffet, like in
Really
a few
fancy,
nights.
like,
really nice buffet.
really fancy.
We
yeah.
should dress for the occasion. We should all buy suits at this thrift shop. But the initial idea was we should all buy ridiculous looking, really big suits from this thrift shop and just rock in looking like fucking retards.
I mean, we did look like retards, though.
Let's
honestly.
wait until we get to that part of the
Okay,
story,
okay,
David.
okay,
You're getting
fine.
ahead of me.
Story structure.
God,
Oh,
you taken a fucking English class.
no.
Have you taken a French class?
Yeah.
So everyone is against the idea because all of my friends are no
I was
fun
not.
Nancy's.
I was
Yes, you
not.
were. Yes, you were. Don't you fucking do you fucking this revisionist history shit. I swear to God.
What? I did.
You fucking
What?
Quebec people. I
Oh,
swear to God.
I did not. I was
Ah.
like, that's a good idea. I did
Nope.
say it. The person that was the most against it was Greg.
Of course.
Greg was against it because Greg does not support me in spite of being a very nice boy.
Then try to being the most supportive person on the planet.
Yeah, that's so when Greg doesn't support a decision, that's probably when you should give up on that decision because it's probably not the best idea.
We did not give up.
We did not give up on this decision. So everyone decides, fuck that, we're not doing that. And I'm very sad about this. So the next day I convince everyone, guys, how good would that be though? And then everyone was like, that's a really good point.
No, I was the first. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was the one.
No, you
then everybody
weren't.
followed me. Yes. When I say yes, everybody says yes.
Fuck you.
Okay,
No.
David.
No, absolutely not. Fuck you. You don't know. No.
Yes.
No. No.
You know,
I don't even have
Avery,
a fucking.
it sounded like it was a good idea of yours until David is the one that made it happen. So good job, David, you know?
Fucking
Yeah.
God. There is no podcast.
Anyways,
Anyways, you guys bought suits.
basically,
we did.
we all go to this. So the original intention was for everyone to buy a really big suit that looks fucking ridiculous on them because it doesn't fucking fit. But somehow that got lost. Like, literally everyone except Ahmad forgot that was the joke while
And
we were
we all
buying
bought,
the suits.
Really
So-
nice suits.
Everyone bought suits that fit them, like, surprisingly well, except for Ahmad. Ahmad bought a suit that was, like, 17 sizes too big, to the point where when he wore it, he looked like someone stuck Lego skeleton legs on a regular Lego man's body, because it was just a fucking giant rectangle and then legs sticking out of the middle of it. And with Ahmad's head attached to the top of it.
Of course.
So, the next night,
It's time to go.
It's time for us to go. We had to make a reservation for this place. And
Oh, really?
we get off the gondola and we go into
Oh my god, poor Ahmad.
the restaurant. And
I mean,
all of us look fairly ridiculous.
we look
But
kinda
Ahmad again looks like
ridiculous.
fucking Mega Bloks reject.
Oh yeah.
So
His shoulders were really fucked.
So he looks fucking ridiculous. All of us together look fucking ridiculous walking into this really nice restaurant that we really underestimated how nice it was, because we thought
Severely underestimated.
it would be pretty funny if we show up really overdressed and then we get in and we're like, we are underdressed.
Yeah.
And
We were
retarded.
actually underdressed.
We were
It was
actually
insanely
underdressed.
Nice.
It was very, very nice. And so we tell them our name, our collective name. And
What's
they
your
take
collective
us-
name?
Our collective name, the boys.
Okay.
Fucking Scrungo table.
Hello, it is us, the boys.
No, what was that? What was that first one that John said?
I don't remember. Grungo?
Grungo?
No, it was Skitterman.
Oh,
You
Skitterman?
fucking
Skitterman.
Skitterman.
Yeah, the Skitterman family has arrived.
Party of five for
they
the boys.
sit us down at the table, and we go,
Boys.
this doesn't look like a buffet.
This doesn't look like a buffet
These are
at all.
menus.
And then, then the guy just starts pouring water, and we're like, oh.
So I have to get up, and I have to go talk to him, and I would be like, hey, we were actually wondering about the buffet. And then he was like, buffet closes at noon.
Oh shit.
But the worst part, when he did the reservation, he was like,
I literally said,
for the buffet.
For the buffet.
You did for
reservation
yeah.
for the buffet, and they did not correct me. So we then say, okay, well, let's look at this menu. Can we deal
afford something?
and just everyone buys like something small, and then we open the menu and it's like, these dishes are $80.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
shit.
dude, it was fancy as fuck.
You guys are fucking dumbasses. Holy
Yo,
shit.
Kyle, if you were there,
We
you
did
would have
not-
been
if you-
equally as
you would've
stupid.
I would have been so
Yeah.
against that because one, I would have had to buy a suit and I wouldn't
was
have
like
spent that money.
$15.
It was it was like $15.
Dude, if you wouldn't
I-
have bought a suit, you would have been like King Killjoy.
Oh yeah, you would have been.
I mean, I would have.
Everyone
like a
would have
nice
hated
t-shirt.
you. More so than, you know.
I think you would have
Especially
hated me,
me.
but then if I would have walked in there with you guys, extremely underdressed, it would at least take the pressure off you. So you know.
What?
They wouldn't have let you get.
I don't think they
go
would
in,
have
I'm
let you
pretty
in.
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
granted, they let Lego Man in, so I don't know the rules. But so we then immediately go. I walk back up to the waiter, and I'm like, "We're gonna leave."
Yep.
And then he just sort of looks at me, and he looks me up and down in my fucking blue jeans and my olive green suit jacket and my fucking like beanie and my gray t-shirt, and he's like, "Yeah, you are."
Wow.
Yeah.
And so we, shook and shamed, walk out of the restaurant. And
Walk out of
I'm
the
not
restaurant.
kidding when I say I look around and the staff is fucking staring at us.
Yeah, no, straight up. The staff was staring at us, and I think Greg almost lost it. He was so upset.
He was incredibly sad about the entire affair. Everyone was very embarrassed, except for me and David, because we thought it was fucking
We were
hilarious.
laughing. We were laughing, dude.
So fucking hard. And then Ahmad's like, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Oh my god, you guys are never going back to Colorado.
Dude, try and fucking stop me. I still have the suit jacket, Kyle. I'm
still
wearing
have
it
the
next
suit.
time. Now we know. Buffet is only lunch. You can't fucking stop us. You can't get
Oh
rid of us.
shit, buffet is only lunch.
What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wanted to confirm.
I appreciate you confirming that buffet is only at lunch. You are better.
I can't
You're
imagine.
better at taking reservations.
The only thing that would have been better is if you got Ahmad to wear the owl mask.
Oh. Well, I wore the owl mask.
We actually wanted to do something way worse.
We wanted to. So the original plan was we were gonna walk in and we were going to have the suits and we were gonna look fucking absurd. But then when the waiter came to give us our silverware, we were gonna wave him away, but like, oh no, we brought our own, and everyone pulls out our own forks, knives, and spoons out of our inside jacket pockets. Like, believe me, we know how things go.
Oh my god.
That
But
was
then Greg
That's amazing.
Thank God for Greg.
for Greg, because Greg was like, no, we're not doing that.
See, now it's to the point of like, it tipped over the amount of dumbness that I might have been on board.
Yeah. I would hope
Yeah.
so. And I wanted to bring the owl mask also just to take a picture with everyone
yeah.
in the restaurant wearing the owl mask. Because how
But
good.
I think that place would have flipped their shit.
I
if we
think they
brought
would have
our own
been pretty
silver.
upset
They would
if I
ask
put
to
on
leave.
a rubber owl mask. They did ask us to leave.
I mean, they
fair.
did.
Well, no, he didn't ask us to leave, but he understood.
He understood. He was like, "You leaving now?"
Yeah. So that was an escapade. And then we spent the rest of that night, we were just wandering around in town in
'Cause the
fucking
thing
suits
is-
being
yeah.
like, what?
Because the thing is, it was so fucking late that everything was closed or closing.
What time was it?
It was 9, and
Yeah.
things closed really early.
Things closed pretty early there, yeah. So
and
was that when we
were
wound up
just-
going to the
bar, the sports bar?
Oh yeah, is that it? Is that when we went there? Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I remember. We were in the sports bar in suits.
In suits, and people were looking at us, especially the table of UT girls.
Yeah. Oh god, the
They
table
were
of
actually
UT girls.
They were actually
Any
staring at us.
any chances of tail were lost on that night. But hey,
On one night?
what night do you think, Kyle?
Oh, that yeah.
What?
The same night we've been talking
I thought you said
about.
I thought you said a different night that I didn't hear.
No. Any chances of UT girls' tail was lost on the night we rocked into the sports bar wearing fucking suit jackets. Like a bunch of fucking retards. God,
That's pretty
we
good.
looked so vaccinated.
And you know,
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
so.
Fucking immunized.
And
God
you know,
damn.
Ahmad was instantly like, dude, I love fucking sports ball, man. That's so good.
God. No, Ahmad was just like, I want to fucking die.
Ahmad, everybody took it off except me because I have balls.
I put it back on because you gave me.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
mean mugged me, and I was like, fucking fine.
Yeah, you were taking
I didn't
it off.
take it off
just
because I was
stared at you
embarrassed.
like,
I took
oh,
it off
yeah,
because it
oh,
was
yeah.
fucking hot.
See, what
No.
you guys have to understand is
I
like
bet it was.
Ahmad's from slightly upper class, so like that'll get back to him. You know, word will get around that he did that, and it'll come back to bite him.
What?
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 That's why he wants to die. Like him doing that, pulling that
brought
stunt.
Shame to his family name. Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
That's a bit racist, Kyle.
That is a bit racist.
Wait. They don't
Anyways,
know what race he
we
is.
were on the plane.
Oh, okay. So that was like the last night that we were there. So the next morning, we all have to get up and leave. We have to pack our fucking suit jackets. We have to fucking go on the goddamn stupid plane.
Yeah,
And David and
so-
I end up on the
In
same,
the same
plane.
plane.
Yeah, we end up on the same flight actually, which was
and
a really
we sat next to each
sat
other
next to each
because
other.
the person next to me was not there. So
yeah.
that was nice. That was a good bonding time.
I got served coffee that tasted like crude oil.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
the most disgusting shit I've ever had in my mouth.
And that's
And
saying a lot.
Are you
At
sure?
one-
Would you like to change that?
What?
How much is airfare from here to New Zealand?
What is happening?
Jake.
What are you sending me?
What? Never.
Jake?
Hello?
I'm just gonna let that one hang.
No. What? What?
Okay.
You can't do that. Okay, whatever. And at one point, the plane fucking starts like tilting just a bit, and I'm like, I'm really bad with air. Like, I get fucking scared shitless.
He almost grabbed my thigh multiple times.
But
And I'm spoken for, so.
at one point,
David, no.
I miss his thigh, and I just stare at him like, I'm scared of planes.
Yeah. This was about halfway through the flight, I think.
We were gonna land soon, and I just flipped my tit. Dude, I can't do air travel. That's
Same though,
scares me.
I used to, like, as a kid, it was like the coolest thing. Just like, oh my god, I'm in a transformer or something.
What?
But like,
Hell yeah.
like
fucking. What the fuck? Wait, were you in like fucking bombers and shit? Has there ever been a commercial airline like a transformer?
Yeah.
Has there?
Sure they have. I'm sure they have.
I'm looking
There
this
must
up
have
right
been.
now. Hang on a second.
Okay, yeah, but like, you know, as a kid, it's like, whoa, this is awesome. But then just in my, as I've gotten older, like, I went through a period of about 4 or 5 years where I just like cried whenever a plane would take off. Like, I just like, I didn't feel that like cripplingly concerned, but like I just could not stop my
Crying?
eyes from watering up when the plane took off, and I was like, oh god.
Maybe you thought it was the most beautiful thing on the planet.
Aww. But yeah, me and Avery, when we're alone, we don't.
Oh.
So David and I
we
are
don't-
both
no.
really dumb, and we don't filter our language when we're in public because we are used to no one being able to hear our conversation.
We're from the internet. Everything's terrible here.
Yeah.
And we're just like, fucking shit,
Fucking
piece of
shit,
fuck,
piece of
cunt,
plane,
motherfucker,
Fuck.
Piece of
asshole.
plane.
I
What
wish
the
I
fuck
was.
is this coffee, bitch? Fuck off.
Eat my
I
fuck.
can't believe I'm on this
Eat
cunting
my
plane.
pee-pee, bitch.
Cunt, this
That's
fucking retard plane
Yeah,
fuck.
just- Oh, dude, all
that was the
the
good one.
whole flight, the whole fucking
the
flight. We
entire
talk.
flight, we are swearing
so
up a
vulgar.
storm because
We're
we
so
are the
vulgar.
least classy people, as I'm sure surprises no one.
But at the end of the flight, we're just like, oh well, I have a flight there, and he's like, oh, I have a flight there, and then
We stand
We
up,
get up.
and then the elderly couple that's sitting directly in front of us stands up, immediately turns around and says, "You two have filthy language," and then walks off the plane.
Fuck, dude, that's
And
sucks.
I was like, and Avery
David
just-
looked at me, and it looked like he had been shot, like a gun had just been pulled on him, and he was
dude,
like,
I-
"This is the American experience."
Dude, I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do.
David was blindsided by someone being upset by his language.
Yeah, I don't know.
blindsided.
Everybody
I would've
always
felt
fucking
so-
swears.
I would have felt so bad too. Like,
Yeah, no, I felt-
Yeah, I
we felt
felt
terrible.
shitty.
We felt fucking terrible because neither of us realized who was sitting in front of us.
That's
So-
amazing.
And you just apologized. You were
Yeah, I was
like,
like,
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
The most awkward apology of all time. And I was just like, okay. Next to you, like,
Yeah,
Now, if
the
that
most
was me, I
awkward
would've been like-
apology of all time where I had a fucking gremlin grunting next to me. I was the awkward one in that scenario. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
sir.
yeah.
Which of these is a more
but
uncomfortable
for real, though.
reaction?
For real though, why the fuck didn't he say anything?
I don't
while
know
we
why
were
he
in
waited
the-
until the end of the flight.
an
People are
hour
so-
long
People are
flight.
passive aggressive.
No, you can just be
That's
like,
why.
sorry guys, could you like tone down the
Could
vulgarities?
you guys
Just
tone
say
down the
that.
language? Yeah, because we would have been like, "Oh my god, we're so sorry. Yeah, we will. Yes, and then we probably wouldn't have spoken anymore because I don't think we can have a conversation without swearing.
And honestly, I was surprised he could even hear. He was like dying
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure he stepped off the plane and that was it.
and died. Yeah, he was really fucking old. He was really fucking.
They were
old.
very elderly. I'm sure they were very sweet, but they were not having any of our millennial lingo.
No.
Millennial
Millennial linguo, such as fuck.
It's a very new term.
It's pretty bad, dude.
So you guys, you pissed off Greg.
We didn't piss off Greg. We disappointed Greg, which was so
you
much
disappointed
worse.
Greg. You had the most uncomfortable encounter at that fancy restaurant that'll probably happen the entire year there.
I had a worse encounter.
What?
Oh, did you?
I didn't tell you this, Avery.
Oh.
When I took a plane to New Jersey and I was stuck there for 6 hours. So during that 6 hours, I found a place to go eat. It was like a sandwich shop. I sit down and this fucking really nice man just gives me my menu. I look up the menu and he comes back. He's like, "So, what will you have to eat, sir?" And I look at him and I tell him, "Je vais prendre la sandwich poulet barbecue." He looks at me with the most confused face, and he's like, he just says, "Pardon?" And I'm like, and I just like, I don't know why. I was like, "English? What?" And I couldn't fucking English. And I just stared at him for a solid 5 minutes. Okay, maybe not 5 minutes, but goddamn, it felt long as shit.
At that point, you should have just handed the menu back and be like, "I'm very sorry."
Dude,
Mademoiselle, and then just leave.
I was like thinking, like, do I leave? Because that was really weird. And eventually, I'm like,
The fuck is this guy's problem?
I at one point, I just look at the menu. I point and I'm like, "Barbecue chicken, please."
Wow.
I wanted to fucking die. I was like, "Oh," because every time he came back, he was so understanding, and I was like, "I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I just Frenched."
I'm sure it was fine. I do the same thing. Whenever I'm in foreign countries, I just sometimes speak English. I can't help it.
Fuck
It's
you.
because I was talking to my mom and then in French, and then like he came and I was like, still French.
Dude, I'm so glad your mom could make it out to Colorado. That was awesome.
Shut up, Kyle.
Real good joke. Also New Jersey, but close enough. Anyways, I didn't get stabbed. Got home. All's well.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. What about your story?
My story is not as exciting. Basically, I had a connection after the flight, because I had a 2.5 hour layover in Denver, and then I had a connecting flight in Dallas after that, where my connection was me walking one terminal over and still almost missing the flight because of how close they were together.
Shit.
Yeah. So I was the last person to board the plane. So I walk in and they tell me that they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna need to put that bag in checked luggage. We don't have any more room on this plane." I was like, "Oh, fuck me. This is gonna be a really crowded plane." And I am the last person to get on the plane, and I'm just like, fuck it. Let me find my goddamn middle seat and just sit down. And so I walk up, I walk down, I do one of those things. I find my row, which was 23. It was 23 E, I think, was my seat.
Oh, that was a big plane.
Yeah. And there's a man in my seat. And I'm like, that's my seat, sir. And he was like, "Oh, no, it's my seat." And I said, "No, it says I'm like, can I see your ticket? Cause I'll just go sit in your seat. I'm not married to this seat. I don't care." So, and he's like, "No, this is my seat." And I'm like, "Can I please just see your ticket?" I just wanted to sit down so this plane can go. And then he's like, "Fine." And then he shows me his ticket and he's like, "Oh, this is your seat." And then I go, all right, well, what's your seat? And he's like, 12B. And I'm like, how did you think this was your seat? And then I'm like, it's fine. You don't need to get up. I'll go sit there. So I walk over to 12B. It's a bitch in this seat. Oh! And I just go, hello, I just spoke to the person whose seat this is, and this is where I'm supposed to be sitting. Because I don't see any empty seats, like, anywhere else in the plane, because it's fucking packed. And she's like, no, this is my seat. And I'm like, I know it's not your seat, ma'am. And she says, really? Let me see your ticket. And I'm like, not my seat either.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, can I please just see your ticket? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't say 12B on your ticket. I just want to see where there's an open seat. And she's like, fine. And I'm like, I'm sorry for, I just want to sit down. And so she gives me her seat ticket, her seat number, which is, I think she's literally 12C. So then I look at the person sitting next to her and I'm like, what is your seat? And they look at me and they're like, I thought it was this one. And I'm like, I don't care. Just tell me what your actual seat number is. Because at this point, I'm like,
oh my god,
I'm done. I just want to sit down. And I'm just looking around the plane and I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna go find a seat. And so I walk down because they just weren't showing me their ticket because they didn't have it anymore. I don't know what they did with their boarding pass, but they didn't have it anymore.
You need to keep it during the whole time.
You're supposed to. I know the rules. I know the rules, David. I'm not the one who has decided to play musical airplane on my fucking final leg of my journey when I'm the last person boarding the plane anyways. So I walk in and I look like I have a fucking IQ of I don't even fucking know. I look like my fucking skull house is a collapsing star on this plane. My skull is like folding in on itself. It's a fourth dimensional object. And so I walk down and I sit down and in like the first fucking empty seat I find, and I'm like, thank fucking God. And then
oh no.
Someone walks in like, oh, that's my seat. And I'm like, and then I look and I notice, and I'm like, you know where there's another seat? And they're like, no, but that's mine. And I'm like, yeah, it is. So I stand up and I just one more time look around. I notice one more fucking seat open and I'm like, that's the one. Go.
Was it the one?
Yes, it was. I go and I sit down.
Nice.
And the guy, it's a middle seat naturally. And the two guys, and the guy in the fucking aisle is like mean mugging me while I'm walking up and is like, is this your seat? And I'm like, no, but can I sit there? And he's just like, if it's not your seat, why should I let you sit here? And I just look at him and I'm gonna say, do you want to leave this place? Like, I really want to get home. So he just lets me sit down, and that's the end of that story.
That's amazing.
I wanted to fucking die.
That hurt. Yeah, that physically hurt a little bit.
That was a journey.
Oh, for you? Really?
Asshole.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm glad I could bring you along.
That nearly gave me an attack.
I was
I'm exhausted after hearing your story.
Oh my god, I wanted to fucking cry. I never want to be on a fucking plane again. I was so fucking annoyed. Because the thing is, second to last seat, the guy was coming back from the restroom. So I looked at the guy next to me and I was like, you didn't say anything? Like, why did you let me sit here? What is this fucking madhouse of a plane where everyone's in the wrong fucking seat, but is sure that it's the right seat?
That's fucking amazing.
Why would you choose 12B over 12C? Why do you want the middle seat? Who are you?
Who the fuck took E whatever over 12B? What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Anyways, I think that story might have just made all of our listeners exhausted, so now would be a good time
Jake has a story though, doesn't he?
Jake?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's Jake time.
It's Jakey time.
David, make a jingle for that.
Oh, okay.
Please.
It's Jakey time.
Okay.
Right, so I was told this was acceptable. No,
Wait,
we did
what?
talk about this. We did talk about this because we were talking about whether the word tramp is understood or not
What?
to Americans. Remember?
No.
We've had this conversation. Yes, we have.
I'm not saying we haven't had this conversation, Jake. I'm saying I have no memory of this conversation.
This is a
Okay.
wacky travel story.
Okay, so I have to say again that I have no idea if the word tramp means hike.
Oh, okay.
But
what?
like
Now I
a hike?
remember. Yes, you talked about.
No.
Okay, it means that to me, but I don't know if it's slang or not. So
Slang.
Yeah, I've never
Okay,
heard tramp used
so-
to describe a hike.
Yeah, no.
okay, so does the word hike imply the fact that you're going into like the bush and staying in a hut overnight and not just walking for one day?
No, hike means going into like some.
A hike can mean so many different things. Okay, but we understand the concept.
Okay, we understand.
We understand
Yeah,
the
okay.
concept.
Okay, so
You're on a
there's
tramp in the bush.
setup.
Getting some Barbies.
You're in a
Yes.
you're in a tramp in a
Yes.
bush. Wait, no.
Saying you're on a tramp is just.
He's on a tramp
Anyways,
in the bush.
so-
Fuck off, Kyle.
Anyway, so my dad and I, when I was about 10, 11, we would go on a tramp each year, or about that often. It only lasted for about 3 years or so, but like, so the first one we go on, my dad's like, on the way in to the hut, I think it was, my dad's just like, so Jake, do you know about sex yet?
Oh God.
and you know, I'm like 8, so I have no concept of the sex talk. I don't know that exists, right? So of course I'm like, ooh, no, what, no, I don't. And he's just like, do you want to know? And I was like, ooh, no.
This is
So-
the best way you could have brought it up to your kid.
So, you know, he dropped the subject, right? And then we go on another tramp, like maybe a year, maybe 2 years later. I can't really remember. But so, we stay the night at the hut, and then we're tramping away back out, and, that's like a 4-hour walk. And the same question comes up. Hey, Jake. Hey, Jake, I think you're old enough now that I need to talk to you about sex. And I'm like, ooh, no, Dad, what? Just leave it. And he's like, no, this needs to happen now.
Oh God.
So,
That's
he's
the whole
like,
reason you guys went on
I
tramps
feel
too.
like
Like
you
that's
should
the
have
only
to-
reason
Yeah,
he took you out
yeah.
there.
Listen,
Yeah, I know.
Listen, on principle, I feel like for the sex talk, there needs to be consent for both parties. Those are my personal feelings.
so like, so, my dad's just like, I don't want you having any misconceptions, so I want to talk to you about it comprehensively. And if you need to ask any questions about it, you can. And then if you don't ever want to talk about it with me again afterwards, I understand, because it's kind of awkward. And so,
What's Buddhism?
my dad starts talking about it. He starts explaining, and like, I genuinely had absolutely no idea. Like, this is all mind blowing to me. I have never had any comprehension of the idea before this. Like, somehow I had completely avoided the act of love.
Somehow I had completely avoided the act of love. Somehow, Jake, that is unbelievable knowing you.
Somehow. So, fucking, what do I take from that? So, this is like incredible. This is like changing my life. So, like, of course, I do have questions, and I am curious, and I spend the entire 4 hours asking various things about it.
Such as?
Like
Such as?
the whole way. Oh, I'm not.
What? Come on,
What,
man.
you could ask your dad, but you couldn't ask 3 of your friends on a podcast that you know is being recorded and broadcast to strangers
you need
on the
to
internet?
give me a question. No. You'd need to give me a second to think about this. Because there are a couple that I just do that stick out the most, and I do not.
Can you tell
want
us
to-
off air? I promise not to tweet about it.
That means nothing. No, okay, hang on. Let me think. What would I have asked? Okay. So,
Kyle, I
You
love
look
how
like
your
you said-
default state is laughter. No one says anything for a bit, so you just start laughing.
so, this whole new concept, because before this conversation, I thought that your balls were your bladder, and my
Everyone
parents
thought
just let me believe
Everyone
that.
thought
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Everyone thought
yeah.
that,
Yeah. So, like, this is new information to me, and I'm like, so, like, clearly you produce. If your balls are there for that, then you clearly produce more sperm than you can possibly use. So where does it go? And like,
Okay, that's a good question.
Your dad
Kinda.
has to tell you about the jizz fairy.
so my dad's answer was like, he described jacking off without like describing it properly because he's a good Christian man and doesn't want me doing that.
Naturally. So how did he describe jacking off?
So, he was just like, I
Start
don't know,
rubbing your dick on things.
no. It was just like, so when you need to pee and your penis goes hard.
I don't know.
Sometimes-
That's not what happens to me when
Sometimes
I need to
What the fuck?
In the morning. Morning wood.
Morning wave.
no, yeah, sometimes it comes out during that, and that was all I got.
Oh.
That's harmless.
Yeah.
I want you to say one of the
And
nasty ones.
I
want you
really
to say
want
the
to know
worst.
one of the weird questions you asked.
Okay,
We can cut it out
I'll
if you
give
don't
you
want to
one.
know.
Cut it out if you change
no,
your mind.
Carl,
No, he's
I'll
gonna
give
go.
you one.
Come on.
I'll give you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Oh.
No, I'll give you one. The one that sticks out most clearly in my mind is like, okay, so, ladies in the audience, close your ears.
Oh.
Oh, God. David.
Very condescending
sorry.
of you.
So, you can clench your Kegel muscles, I think
Yeah,
it's called,
Kegels,
right?
yeah.
Is that how that's pronounced? Yeah. So like you can do that and like your dick moves just a little bit, right? And my dad had already described the act of thrusting, right?
Oh.
So-
the
so-
act of thrusting.
When you're what, 10?
So well, that's about when you have the sex talk, isn't it?
I don't remember. Okay, I'm like full disclosure. I never got the sex talk from either of my
I never
parents.
got the
Same.
sex talk either.
I honestly didn't figure anything out, or like I started to figure shit out between like 12
Didn't
and
figure
13.
anything out. Still haven't. I'm just walking. I'm just when I'm with my girlfriend,
I'm just
it's
really
just
lost.
like I like just touch her.
Yeah, we're actually
just
learning
talked to her.
everything right now.
I like blow on her ears, and I'm like, "Is this?" Is that hot? I don't.
So
Put your finger in her nose. Like, is this like?
So, I mean, ultimately I am glad for it that like it just kind of, I understood and I didn't have any misconceptions and didn't have to find out for myself.
That's
But
nice. What's the
no,
weird one?
So what I asked was like, obviously I was already aware of like the fact that you could clench your dick, right? So the question I asked was like, do you like thrust by moving like your hips, your whole body, or do you just sort of clench your dick?
That's amazing.
Fucking
You just wiggle that fucker around. Oh god.
I have never told anyone that. You guys are privileged.
And now you just told like at least 5,000 people.
That's amazing.
That's-
Honestly, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
That's a pretty
weird
good
one.
question.
Like
That's weird. That
Yeah,
you,
I
that's weird that
certainly
you,
thought
like,
it was.
Like, just knew what thrusting was, though.
Well, I didn't. That was the point of the question.
It's a haha.
Oh,
Cut that.
realized that too late. I'm sorry.
So like, what was your dad's answer like for a friend?
Yeah. Wait. Does he have any information for me?
I can't. I honestly cannot.
How much
remember
technique
what
Please
my
tell
dad
me
was
he
was
at
on
least
that day.
laughed at that. If he didn't laugh at that, like, come on.
He's
No,
a good
no, he
Christian
didn't.
man, Kyle. He doesn't laugh.
Ah, fuck. Is that what happens?
I don't know where. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it.
No, this is
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, this
Is that the
it.
end? Is that the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
I'm asking Jay.
Nova
Okay.
The end
Canoe,
of my
Jake,
dignity.
Jacob, Jake, Nova Canoe. Where can we find you?
Scooby Doo.
Wow.
You can find me stumbling around your backyard at about 7 p.m. on most Saturdays, or if you don't like going outside, you can find me on
YouTube?
hang on.
Are you familiar with the platform that you make videos on?
Wait. No.
No, he's got a new one that he's making.
No. You can find me on youtube.com/channel/ UC7VOJKF8-TGVIMB572CMUDA ? View. No, forget that last bit because that's only
okay.
for me.
One more
because
time
I'm
for
the
the
owner
audience.
of the channel.
Just search Novacanoo. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Search Novacanoo on
Okay.
YouTube. Also at Novacanoo on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Leo
you.
Lulu
Okay,
on Pornhub.
and can we end with me since I'm the most like disappointing one?
What?
Kyle, where can we find you?
No, you can find me and my Twitter link at the end of this podcast, right after Avery and David say theirs.
Kyle actively doesn't want attention.
Or on Twitter at Sirzulu _ I think.
Yeah, that's
I don't
it.
know.
Yes, it is.
I'm almost at 500 followers,
Hey.
so follow Avery.
What?
What?
Okay, I guess I'll
Okay.
go. You can follow me on Twitter at ShammyTV. I have a main channel. You probably know about it.
Oh.
I
You didn't need the sex talk.
I figured, yeah, fuck this shit. I figured that stuff all out on my own. Look how well adjusted I came out. Look how fucking well adjusted
How's that
I
worked
came
out for you?
I also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/ShammyYT.
Came out as right.
David.
I have Twitter.